flyweight for the men. And there is Sean Bailey on stage. He'll be climbing next to Janja, qualified third for this semi-final.
I believe Sean won here last year, didn't he?
Yes. That was amazing. All the men were falling low and he got through. So Janja is underway. Let's see if she does those flares, dynamic flares, as someone describes it. She presses through. And Sean Bailey, he gets going as well. Ah, now look at that leaderboard. Yeah, Brew Rabbit, no, she hasn't been awarded the top. 37, so yeah, you're right. I think that was round about that quick draw.
That was definitely the quick draw. But it's going to get appealed, and probably, like, I would not be surprised if it was...
I think maybe from a judging angle, that looked worse than it was.
I think the problem is that from a judging angle, you can't tell, so you have to look at the video, which means that the appeal is necessary.
That's true,
So it is a fair assessment from the ground, since they are just sitting in front, literally looking at the wall, and have to assess things based off of that. But I personally would be surprised if it wasn't appealed and accepted, because from where we were viewing it, it didn't look like she was using it to any degree whatsoever.
No, exactly. I mean, she'd be in the final regardless.
She will be, fair enough, but it could, yeah.
Well, if we look at count back again, if everyone tops, it's important, so it will undoubtedly be appealed. So Sean Bailey with the high heel. Oh, there's a lot to talk about during this final, isn't there? Semi-final.
For sure.
Interesting judging decisions and debates going on. Janja is doing what a lot of the top athletes have done, which is use this rest, not for very long, but for a couple of seconds. And Sean continues onwards. He's had an up and down season as well. Bumps the right hand. Janja is looking good as she approaches the women's crux. Straight to the tick mark with the thumb, you can see. So Sean will find a rest in a couple of moves. Janja, meanwhile, has to deal with the crux now.
And this is quite nerve-wracking, because we've seen a lot of people pop off at this crux that you might not expect, and also in ways that you might not expect.
Yeah, true. She's got to avoid the rope. She's got to keep her feet. Does avoid the rope, kicks through. She'll make the cliff. And there's another move coming up, which has sent a few down as well. So she's in the top 8 now, but there's a couple to go, so she's not guaranteed. That big drop knee we've seen before. Sean Bailey wearing trousers. A lot of athletes with shorts on, rests. Someone pointed this out to me the other day during a semi-finals or finals, and now I can't stop seeing which athletes are wearing trousers.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And trying to work out why.
I think it's fairly common with the Japanese team.
Yes, exactly. So someone told me it was about possible knee bars, it's better for trousers, but then someone else was saying that it's good on skin, so who knows, but...
And now we have Janja in the finals, guaranteed.
Yeah, there she goes. So Janja will climb again. She leans back on this rest. Not looking like she's working too hard yet.
Same for Sean Bailey. He does not look uncomfortable yet.
No.
But this is where we've seen a lot of athletes get spitten off, so who knows?
Yep. Locks in the slope, but easily bumps the left hand, makes room for it. It's awkward with the rope there.
Yeah, quite awkward position, it seems.
And now Janja, remember Brooks' clip here. This is where she's currently being penalised, and Janja isn't going to do the same thing. She reaches straight into the quick draw, but it's awkward. She's having to fiddle for it. She can't quite see it. I think it's in now. It is. And she presses out into the pinch with the right hand. She's got to bring her left foot up. In a similar kind of move, we saw her struggle on actually in Innsbruck, bringing the left foot up at the top of the semi-final route.
Right.
I got a bit nervous watching that one. Janja's resting in that position. She needs to work this left. Oh, she had no such problems. Sean Bailey tops out on the right.
He was cruising the top right there.
No drama from Sean.
Yeah, that was way too chill for him.
So Sean is through, and Janja is about to get stood up and pop for the top. Can she make this final move? This is where Brooke, who's actually standing next to us looking at the screen, she got a no-hands rest. Janja doesn't need it. Swings back in the finals for her. So Janja gets the job done. That 38 will be upgraded to a top in a sec. Great work from her. So Janja's through to the final. Sean's through to the final. And we've got two athletes remaining. So 4 in total. Janja undoes her knot. We'll take a moment with Sean to wave to the crowd. That's cool to see. Janja is in a good mood at the moment. She started off the season a little bit tentative, a bit nervous. She knew everyone was looking at her. She does feel the nerves, and it seems like she's now settled into everything and it's just relaxed. Here she comes, and the crowd will respond.
She just loves the show.
Now look, this is a weird way of thinking about it, okay, so bear with me, but we know how much Janja likes a hard route.
Yes.
This isn't the hardest of routes.
No, she knows they're tops. I think she heard them.
So she knows there's top. Maybe that'll throw her off. Maybe she's just going to be, relax. I mean, look, I'm just trying to make it not seem like Janja's going to top every route here, okay? Because she is in amazing form right now, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Things can happen. Obviously, she can step on the vault. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, true.
Yeah, it happens to everyone. But I think she's experienced enough. I think maybe she's even. Is she the oldest? I don't know if she's the oldest in the. No, Jessie's the oldest. Sorry, maybe second oldest, but definitely one of the most experienced climbers out there. And she knows how to handle. She's been in this position so often before that there were many tops before that, and she knew that she had to do it, and she had to do it quick. Especially with Natalia coming after that, where time can decide between them.
Yeah. So the clock is a factor now. Remember that. If Janja wins here tonight. Well, this is her 20th lead World Cup win, which puts her joint 3rd in the all-time list for wins.
And what, 51 medals in total?
Yeah.
It was 50 was last week.
50 was last week, so this is 51. I mean, that's just, what else do you say about this lady? Anyway, she's underway, into the jug, cuts loose, one arms her way through that move.
Now that little orange art up here on the turquoise element of the wall.
A poetic Stasha. Yeah. So she's coming through, and it's like that because of the blockers. They're quite good, some of those orange holds. They don't want the women to get unnecessary heel hooks for them.
And unnecessary jug rests. So you because if you get a rest that's good enough, you basically reset completely. And well, route setters don't want that. They want a good fight, as we all do.
Yeah, there's a hive of activity down on the floor as Janja climbs upwards. Everyone crowding around the stage, watching her. So Janja crosses through, gets stood up high, and now she begins the really hard part, the hard section of this route. And it can go wrong at this moment. Walks her feet up turquoise volume.
So, yeah, Janja's been around for a while. Actually, she started competing when she was 16. Well, basically since she was eligible. And
oh, look at that! Sorry, she cuts loose in the spotlight.
She likes them good jumps. Yeah, the route might not be hard enough for her. I know she really enjoyed Innsbruck because she was like, finally, there's a hard route. But if there's a hard route, other people fall in the middle of the wall. And she came to like, I don't know, 10, 11 moves further than the second climber, and she still didn't even come close to the top. And yeah, she likes a good challenge, but people also want to see tops.
Yeah, but the clock is important in this, remember, because if Natalia tops it as well, it's going to come down to time. So, as Stasha, that's you, as Janja gets the swing.
Up there. Oh no, why are you struggling with this?
Okay, so she's fumbling this clip a little bit, and remember the clock. So Janja needs to climb quickly here.
She knows that this was unnecessary. I think she wasn't sure what kind of a hold this one is, so she could have clipped from here easily, but she just wanted to play it safe and then realized she made a mistake, and now she's going to try to shake off that mistake.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier in semi-finals how much mistakes can impact the rest of the route, because it's hard to recover from that, especially when it's at this level.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge that you made a mistake, obviously, but you have to be able to reset from it or try to make it have the least impact on the rest of your performance. And you know, if you're in good shape, it shouldn't affect you much.
Well, Janja is having to fight her way through this route a little here, perhaps unsettled by that moment.
Seems to be the comfiest clip, actually, this weird position.
And she's quick as well, because the other athletes ran about a minute.
Yeah,
no,
but that was after the rest,
true.
so she shouldn't be resting more than 30 seconds here. I think she needs to be up there with a minute and a half at least. And it's interesting to see sometimes when the climber that is supposed to chase the time comes out, they start rushing. Like, I think Laura did that in Innsbruck, and she just started super fast. But the route wasn't the one you could go fast on. So then she suddenly 10 moves in, she just had to slow down her pace because it was impossible to climb like that. Sometimes you have to be steady no matter the time.
Well, she is faster than the rest here. Janja comes through.
That was another little rest here in this side pull, but she just decides to continue.
Yeah, use that bad hold as an intermediate before popping into the orange undercling.
Is this very particularly weird undercling? It's probably blocked as well.
That was a move. We lost Brooke. Janja's through clean. Now, we saw Natsuki Tani drop the top here because of pump.
So Janja knows she has to top. She has 2 moves in, and she can't even reach it.
Goes up with a right hand, pumps. Come on, Janja, clip. Right, she clips. 47-ish is the clock there, so we're going to keep a note of that. Right, so Janja completes it in 47 as the sun, look at that, behind the mountains.
It's just gorgeous.
It's pink hour, that's what we call it here in Chamonix, and Janja gets lowered down towards the ground as the crowd applauds. Safe for Janja with 1 athlete to go. And she will join the rest on the edge. That's a reclimb the stage.
Okay, whatever that was.
Yeah, a mantle at the end, that's harsh, isn't it?
But celebrating before clipping, where's your mind, girl?